Dit is housekeeper Alex en Jeff.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. I am Alex Dingman.
I'm Jeff Doss. What's up, insiders? We also have special guests. One of our special guests today, the man, Billy Smart from Leclerc's. Is it martial arts? Yes, Leclerc's martial arts, right?
Yes, sir.
I make
Yes,
sure
sir.
I got the part right. I just say Leclerc's, but yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. And
I
actually,
think
yeah,
part
got
of
it.
it.
what's the name of your school, Billy? That you.
So I run a school under Grandmaster Leclerc's organization called Hudson Valley Karate. But I've been with him since the beginning. I've been trained since I was 5.
Right. Awesome.
Now, do you
And-
go by Billy or do you ever go by William? Or is it just Billy?
I just go by Billy. Thinking next year when I make my Uventex profile and my Nebraska stuff, I'm just gonna put Billy just to avoid some of the confusion.
You should just go old school and just be straight up Bill.
Bill.
Yeah,
No.
no.
And then you
No,
then
I
you
get
got
that
to
from
save
old
that
guys.
beautiful
No.
facial hair down to just a
I get Bill
mustache.
once in a while. Yeah.
So Alex always talks about, you're the model kid. So, he's going to,
Oh, I know.
I wonder how many times he's going to say this during this interview here. So,
Oh, who knows? Maybe. But wait, you brought it up. Come on. I'm not the first one to ever say it. Good old Bill. Come on now.
Good old Bill.
hey, the
Have you ever had some time in front of the camera getting your picture taken?
A little bit.
See. I know what I'm looking at.
Awesome. All right. So Billy, this is our last tournament of the year. It's kind of crazy. It's been a long season, man. As
Yeah,
many
man.
people know, like Billy and I compete against each other, like every tournament.
Yeah.
And it's always a lot of fun, always tough, always difficult. And
Mhm.
I guess since I kind of started coming back again in 2022, we've been doing the regular division together. And then last year was the first Korean challenge. So really for a full year last year and a full year this year, we've been doing the Korean challenge. And most of the time it's been us in the finals head to head. So that's been a lot, at least when both of us are at the event. Right. And it's been really, really exciting. It's been building, I think, a good, fun rivalry for the sport and for the challenge. And man, I tell you what, like this weekend was interesting. It was a lot of fun. It was cool for me. It's cool for you.
Mhm.
And I think so. We'll explain everything. But I know the biggest thing was first, you're getting your the Korean challenge win was a big deal. And then also
Thank you.
the reaction of everyone was really cool, I think, man. I mean, sometimes, you guys roll deep, right? Y'all got a big crowd, right? So there's a lot of people.
Yeah, always.
But I felt like
Yeah, we're going to talk about that too.
yeah, but I feel like after this challenge, and we'll explain probably why too, because we were like literally head to head at some point, and at the same time and doing the same. So I think it just really, like, at the end of it was really cool just to hear the huge everyone cheering and applauding for what we did there, right? So it's pretty cool. So first off, congratulations on the Korean challenge win for Billy Smart, as well as the regular Korean division. So he had an awesome weekend to finish up. So let's, I know you don't have to give me all your secrets. I'm not trying to get that, but we'll go ahead with the idea of what was your mindset going to the challenge this weekend? And I can, of course, share with mine too. Share me on that.
All right. You good?
Yeah. You got me?
Bill,
Yeah, say
what
again?
happened to you?
Oh, there you are. All right, Billy. So what I was saying was,
You got me? Okay.
yeah. What was your mindset going to this weekend's Korean Challenge, and especially, I guess, the finals?
So yeah, there was definitely a good amount of preparation that went into it. I think that I don't remember what tournament it was. I think it was right before the summer. We've been having our battle, and I wanted to win. You know what I mean? It felt like an uphill battle all year. So, I was, training with Grandmaster Leclerc, and we kind of came up with the idea that let me do something different. I'm doing Konsen Kun pretty much consistently in the finals. Let me really branch out and really challenge myself in the literal sense, and kind of save like a surprise for next time we're able to go head to head on stage like that. And I think it was just like the perfect tournament to do it, last one of the year, and just go all out.
Yeah, definitely.
And it ended up working out perfectly. So
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was definitely cool. I'm, again, I had an idea. Just of course, we look at each other warming up and stuff. Like, oh, okay, all right. So I have an idea of what's happening, and I know that. All right, let's just get prepared for this. This is going to be interesting.
And to talk about the form that you did Ul G, right?
Are we both just? Yeah, we're just losing Billy a bunch. Billy, you're there.
Well,
you hear me? Yeah, you hear me out.
It's okay. He looks better frozen than I do. So, but he did. So, all right, he's gone. So he did OG. Oh, there you are. You're back. So
yes.
I did I have that right? Correct. You did OG, right?
Yes, sir.
So, and that's saying something. I'm going to be frank. That's ballsy, right? It is. It's ballsy.
It's the right
to do
move,
a form going head to head against the guy who's probably the best that we've seen do that form. So that's ballsy. Paid off. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So yeah, go ahead, Billy. You say whatever you got about that.
Yeah, no, like I said, I mean, it was a challenge. I worked the hell out of the form. Pretty much every second I got over the summer, I was drilling it along with Konsen Kun, because obviously I needed that to get me into the finals. But I really did have it in my head that once I'm able to get on stage with you like that, then I'm gonna bust it out eventually. And like I said, yeah, I learned it probably 2-3 months over the summer, and then I just held it in my pocket.
Right. Right, because really we haven't had this chance to really do it in the finals, really, right?
Yeah, no, there were I think there was an event, I don't remember which one it was before it, that I really wanted to do it, but it just didn't pan out. So
right. Oh, it might have been either DC or even America, because they chose not to do the finals. So
yeah, like I said, it was an uphill battle this year. So to finish it out like that was pretty awesome, honestly.
Yeah, no, it really was, because again, I mean, like you finished out with 2 wins over me. I think that was this year, at Toronto. So, and again, yeah, I mean, I think this year definitely in our division, it's just gotten really hard, right? And and I feel like that's what we both wanted. We both want the division to grow. We want the difficulty to get better. But we have Ben Jones, who's joined us in our division, doing well. We have really Jesse is having one of his best years. I believe he's found, just the right mix for the forms for him right now that are really sticking. And so it's been really fun to compete with everyone. There's also so many other ones like Cameron Whittington, all the guys from 313 that are there with us, guys from Ellickson. So, and what's going to be crazy is next year it's going to get even harder with some of those young kids moving up. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So Alex, as far as for me, what I was feeling, of course, I'm
this is what I want to know too.
Yeah.
What did you think when all of a sudden he starts going into OG? Are you like, did you think like, nah, ain't no way? Or were you like, you gotta be kidding me, this dude? What was it?
I mean, I guess there's a little bit of all that, right? but you know, you get that competitiveness. It's like, all right, let's go. It's time to show out, you know, like, I mean, I get really intense. So, I mean, it doesn't take too much to get me pumped up or get intense. So it was just part of that. The probably certain things were going through my head of like certain pacing and things like that. How do I do that to, you know, if I need to throw off or anything like that. Right.
Yeah.
There was one point where, because I was on the left side, he was on the right, all I felt was like his kick at my head. And I was like, okay, I am not moving back right now. and I don't know, I remember we got really close, and I went back to the jump on the step back, which is the traditional part there, instead of the step cross. So that kind of changed a little bit of where we were facing wise. And he may not expect that, but I was like, I didn't really know which way you were doing it. So I'm like, oh,
right. Yeah.
As I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
I had that moment where I was like, I really don't want to knock this guy off stage. Let me adjust. So
yeah, I was like,
that's a cool part about the challenger, you know?
Yeah, that's why, I mean, that's why I love it, because it's that head-to-head competition. I really think, and this is what a lot of the competitors say in AAU as well, when they went to this head-to-head, the best really, like the stars really shine, right? Because, you know, like it's I'm here to win. I'm here to do this, right? And it's fun to me. A lot of people don't always like it because they think it's harder to judge, but I think once you get used to it, it's really easy, right? And you feel just that, you know. So for me, like always, I know I have to push the intensity, especially when I'm doing the same form with you and you're like a foot taller than me. So I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
So
I think it's definitely cool.
And that was probably part of your mindset as well into it as well, right? So
yeah, and me not even knowing that you're going to do that for him, because I know sometimes you throw out gay back, sometimes you throw out something different. So, you know, there was definitely a level of like, man, I really hope he does OG too.
Yeah.
And, you know, luckily that strategy kind of panned out that way. So that was cool. And like you said, it made for such a good show.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So I feel like, and this is what a lot of us talk about, like the head-to-head competition is a great way to change up the show, right? Because everything's the same over and over again. I feel like that was the only thing that I wish we would have done. We would have been in more of the middle of the show to break up the monotony, because there was a lot of the same stuff. And I think when we do that, like in the battle or whatever, most of the other tournaments, it's been like a better, you know, fit. I feel like it just breaks it up a little bit, you know? So I think that's one of the things people can kind of look at to do. For me, I was just trying to figure out. Also, I had a lot of things because they wanted me to dress up for the Hall of Fame and do that. It kept changing when that was going to be, and so like I'm there in like dress clothes, and then they're like, "Oh, no, change and do this and that." But that didn't affect anything, you know, as far as my performance.
No, of course.
Yeah, I mean, both of us, honestly, like we both, in my opinion, like it was both of our best. You know, it was.
Oh my God, yeah,
it was great.
You know,
I finally watched it this morning, so. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, it was good. And I get why everyone's like, when I finish, I usually don't, but when you are there and you see people's eyes and they're like, wow. And like, there was a lot of that, right? And it was really good.
Yeah, for sure.
Go ahead, Alex.
Well, I wanted to piggyback on something you just said. So you were requested to dress up when you were going to be presented on stage, but then also you had to be in uniform to perform.
Right. Yeah, for two different competitions. Yeah.
Can't we just at that point go, hey guys, we understand. I'm going to stay in uniform.
Yeah.
You want me here because of what I did in this uniform.
That's true.
This should be appropriate. And I get it. Trust me, I get it. Dressing up, I totally do. I think you need to you need to dress the part to be able to be that person.
Right.
Totally get that. But at one point, do you go, "This is all"? If I'm doing that and then switching back, it's just a facade.
Yeah. If it was going to be where they were going to have the Hall of Fame in the beginning and then us be right then, I probably would have just wore my uniform and that would have been fine. Yeah. But it gave me some time, so it was all right. All right, so Billy, I just wanted, before we finish up, I want to ask some questions about challenge. Like, what is your favorite part about it, and why do you think it should be a NASCAR division next year?
Well, I think all the things that you said are definitely valid in regards to the excitement it brings to the show, what it brings out of the competitors. I get a chance to, in one division, do 1, 2, 3
Three
forms in a tournament, which is awesome. It gives me a chance to work on different things and challenge myself in all these different ways. So, why not? I think it's definitely something that should be part of, it should be a rated division, of course.
Yeah. And do you like the way it's set up? Like, because some people want it to be like the current way the traditional challenge is.
Well, I think we just need consistency,
Yeah.
I'm all for that. You know what I mean? Like first round, regular, get the 3 judges around the ring, do the rounds. I think as long as we're keeping it consistent like that, that's what matters the most.
I agree too, Billy, on that. Like, I feel like even this weekend, the judges were up front for the first round. I like them around the corners the whole time. And that's something that's even in our rules that it says that they're supposed to be,
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think there's things like that need to be looked at more.
Right. There's nothing worse when you go in like just another division,
Yeah. There's also probably a way that we could enter in the system what form everyone did, so we don't have to worry about,
Bingo.
if someone competed, did the same form too many times or whatnot, right? So there's probably different ways of that. I don't know about going to where you have to do 3 forms. I don't know, but I mean that it may get that way, right? But right now it's cool with the strategy. I think that's the biggest thing is the strategy is fun. I've seen certain people really step up to the plate and grow from Korean Challenge. I mean, honestly, I mean, she was already a great competitor before, but I really think the Korean Challenge really pushed Caitlin to the moon. You know what I mean? Like it really did that weekend at Battle 2 years ago. From there, it just took off, and now she's like a superstar in NASCAR. So I think it's really, really cool to see. And yeah, man. So I don't know. I really hope that, it gets the love to support, that it gets the push from everyone else. What's funny to me is if it's not rated, but then all the tournaments still do it like they did this year. Right. So it's like, well, what's the point, right? If it's
exactly.
Yeah. And I do think that there needs to be some type of prize money, and consistency on something for the juniors, something, there needs to be something to make that work. Right. So,
and then there's also,
complicated to do this. It's really, really not.
Yeah.
When we talk about prize money for a division. Okay. I want to make it very, very simple. All right. For those who are in charge and for those who are not in charge, but feel like maybe I don't have all the info. Okay. Let's just attempt to think about this thing logistically. Okay.
Right.
Let's say Korean Challenge does not exist. It does not, because it wasn't that long ago before it didn't. It was just a few short years ago. Okay.
Right.
So we can remember. We're old enough to remember. Okay. So now there is a division, and if we want to award prize money for it, maybe as little as $200 for the division itself.
Right.
Okay. So if an event was to pay prize money for that, they would need to be able to guarantee, are we going to get that? Let's go back in time. Okay. So there was, well, I'm gonna give a small little thing. Like, here's how simple it is. It's not hard. Okay.
Right.
So because I'm from the great motherland of Minnesota, Skol Vikes, baby. All right. We're still going. We're winning. That's right, Mom. 13-0. All right. We did not pay anybody for grand championships of any kind, but at one point had a lot of great NASCAR champions in that circuit, right, that were competing. And eventually we were kind of like, it's kind of like, you get a few conversations like, hey, why don't we? What if we? To the point where they were like, you know what? If you guys think you can do it, I don't think you can. But if you can, we'll make this extra division. We'll call it the pro division. And tell you what we'll do. It's $50 to enter the division, which is just for fighting, right? $50 to enter. And whoever wins gets half of the pot. And they really did not think that we would get like anybody. So they're like, listen, if you get like a couple of people to do it, we make a couple $100. Oh, well.
Right.
Well, of course, there's dozens of people that would do that because you now have a division where it's like, wait a minute, I'm going to be in the same tournament that I was already going to be at. I'm going to be doing the same thing that I already was going to be doing. Why wouldn't I do that? This is perfect. Easy. And then they were like, oh, wait a minute. What? This is okay. Well, now we're only going to do this. And then they bastardized it to the point where it was like, we'll give you $50 if you win. Or we'll give you your entry fee back plus like $25. And it was like, well, now we're not doing it. Okay.
Right.
Because you just screwed it. And then they're like, see, nobody wanted to do it. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy at that point. Okay.
Right.
Bill, how much does it cost to enter Korean Challenge?
Whatever the second division is, right? So I think this weekend was like $70 or something.
$70.
Yeah.
Maybe
let's
like
discount it. Let's say for some crazy reason, everyone got a discount of a major amount. Let's say it's $50.
Yeah.
Okay. $50. Would we say 20 guys were in this division?
I mean, we could get that. I think the most we've had was 16, but if we had some amount, of people, right, we would get more.
It's 10.
Let's say, yeah, and that way you give, again, what I've been saying, the top 4 get money, and you can do that with that, right? So what are you doing, Alex?
So let's say that, all right? Yeah. We're going to discount it. So let's say, hey, there's $50 to enter and only 10 guys showed up. That's $500. Right. And let's say you were like, here's $200.
Boom.
Which,
yeah.
All right, I guess you take that.
Right.
But that's not even happening. So we already know that it's more than that.
Right.
And if the thought process is, well, wait a minute, we can't afford to do that because of this, like you didn't have this. You already had to allocate for whatever expenses you needed to run and host this event before this division existed. No one was counting on this $500. Nobody was, right? So this is a $500 bonus dollars. That's probably $1,000, right? So to give someone $200, really, I'd say like this, to say you can't give someone $200 is a slap in the face.
Right.
It is. Right.
Yeah. I mean, we can make it work, like again, the first, battle is always, forms. Yeah. I mean, we're doing 3 forms too. Yeah. So the battle is doing, and my big push when this first happened was if this was an open weight, if this was a new sparring division, there probably would be, money. Right. So
I will say shout out to Cowboy Up because they gave the prize money.
They did. Okay. So for me, Quebec was the only one that gave money. So, so they gave me and Caitlin money for winning.
What did they give you guys? What did they give at Cowboy Up, and what did they give you and Caitlin Vaughn?
It was like a total of $300 for like between us two, like 150, something like that.
Okay. So look at that.
Exactly, but Cowboy was the same prize money I know for a normal grands.
Wow.
Nice.
I don't remember exactly what it was at that specific event, but
yeah, cool.
It was good.
So that's and they had told me that as well. They were doing that. So that's huge. So I didn't know that they did that. So that's awesome. So it's something, right? So so again, I think we just got to keep pushing. We keep fighting for it. I know it's going to be a big division at AKA. I was really pushing all the AAU team members to do it. So it's going to be pretty exciting. So, and then you have the normal group of about 10 of us that will be doing it, right? At least, right? And then you add some of those others from the area. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. So Billy, before we finish up, let's just say, all right, we know what you're looking for more wins, more, another great year, right? But what is inspiring you as far as to continue doing sport karate and competing on NASCA?
Well, I think that, our team is just growing by the year. And I think, like we were talking about before, rolling deep with that, amount of people consistently throughout the year, we're all homegrown, is just pretty huge. And being able to represent a team like that is just amazing. And being able to do the things that we've done this year is awesome. And just being part of that.
Awesome.
We had an awesome weekend, besides, what we just talked about. We had I can't even count how many grands we had this weekend. We had
Something like
grands, Piper on a grands, Camille, Aria, Alex Gazolis won the heavyweight grands, Team Sync, we won the weapons and our demo. So
yeah,
it was a huge weekend for us, which is awesome.
Yeah, it was definitely really, really a good weekend for you guys. And again, I think one of the things that, and I think we even talked about in our demo episode, was that having the girls do team demo really has made those girls better competitors, right? And now individually they're seeing even more success, right? So giving them that stage presence, getting them used to, like them elevating each other up. So it's been exciting to see.
They get better every time. Piper Miller had the 4 nunchuck spins,
right?
4 spins before she caught it, 3 times in a row this weekend.
Yeah,
which never seen before. So they're just getting better and better. It's awesome to see.
So it's awesome. So great job to the LeClaire family and you guys, Billy, Jesse, everyone involved. So, man, really, we'll have to have you on again sometime, man. But thank you for sharing about this. This was an honor. It was a lot of fun, and to compete with you like it always is. And I know you and I are going to keep pushing each other to be the best we can. So
for sure, man. Absolutely. Anytime.
Do you got a new form that you might bring out in 2025 that you've never done before?
To be determined. We'll keep that one under wraps for now.
There we go.
You know what that means, Jeff? He's got a new division he's going to be in. He's
Oh,
going to do extreme weapons, right? It's going to be like a fan form. That's what it's going to be.
The fan. He's going to do the fan.
Yeah, you got me.
Great to see you, Bill. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
It's over. You're not Billy anymore. Man. You're Bill.
You're Bill.
Damn.
See ya. Oh man.
Great guy. That
was great. All right. So now next we have our men's open weight winner.
From the tournament.
Yeah. Nico, what's up?
How you doing?
Don't call it a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback.
How you been, my friend?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm not as good as you. You're the champion.
That's all right.
But we're going to talk a lot about that.
Yeah, we could talk about it.
Okay, listen, okay, calm down. I understand that of the culture from where you're from, typically you're overly nice. This is okay. It's okay to say, yeah, you don't have to brag, you don't have to boast, but you can say, you know what? Yeah, I had a really good tournament, and I kicked some ass this tournament.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah,
it was definitely cool. I tell you what, this tournament's always different. You've been there many times, and I know even Billy has as well. We've, unfortunately, it's been like a different venue almost every year, but this one really fit, man. This was one of the best ones because every seat, like honestly, I didn't really want to go on the floor a lot of times because I just wanted to sit. I had a great view no matter where I was. And usually, when you go on the floor, that means they're going to put you to work to do something, right? So,
I really like the venue this time too.
Yeah. And so you probably had some students there. You had people you were coaching. You had your team there. And you guys won. K-Talk won the teams. And then you end up winning open weight. So just explain maybe even your Friday because it was pretty busy, right? Oh, yeah. You also taught seminars too.
Yeah. So it was a busy time. Friday for sure. I was there at Ben and I were there for 10 for our seminars, and we left to go get some Denny's in between our first one and our second one. And then after that, we just kind of stuck around because I had 9 of my own students there as well. So I was running around checking out their stuff, making sure they were good. And then when we started, I had my open weight and then our team fights right after.
Wait.
Yeah.
You said something that Gotta hear more about.
Yeah.
You said you were working hard, just enough time to go to Denny's
Yeah.
and then come back.
Yeah, that's a comeback.
What? Nobody chooses to go to Denny's. People end up at Denny's.
That's true.
How
That-
did you make a
it was
conscious
in our
decision to
hotel.
be like, you know what? Denny sounds like a great idea at 4 o'clock
And
in
it
the
took so
afternoon.
long too.
What?
We almost missed the seminar too.
Yeah, you guys
How?
got
Your
there like
seminar.
yeah.
It's your seminar. How do you miss your seminar?
No, I made it on time though. I was good. I
It
had
doesn't
like
matter what
five
time it
minutes to spare.
starts. Whatever
Yeah.
time you get there, that's the time it starts.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
not at this place, man. Dude, there's so many going. Like I tell you, dude, they run this thing like, I mean, they run the seminars like they run the tournament. It's like boom, boom, boom. All right, everybody switch. Boom.
All
All
right,
right,
I
go.
can see that. I can see that.
And it was wild, man. I mean, it was crazy. I did double the seminars that I did the year before, and I had at least quadruple the amount of what I had the year before. So it was awesome to see the growth in that, and just how many different people were there, how many people got to learn. You know, it was a lot of fun.
yeah. No, I always have fun teaching those seminars. This is my third year in a row doing it at Toronto. So it's always something I look forward to at the end of the year.
So what kind of approach, thought process, or mentality do you have going into that when you're running a seminar, when there's so many other people doing a seminar kind of at the same time, and not like small names?
Yeah.
What's your approach for something like that? Did you ever get like a little nervous, like, man, what am I gonna do?
Yeah. Well, I found it funny when I'm up next after Justin Ortiz, and he's saying, well, he was doing some crazy kicks. I can't do like that type of stuff anyway. So I was like, all right, I'm definitely not teaching that. So he was doing some stuff for like I can't get my leg up that high. So I knew I was pretty much just gonna stick to the stuff that I'm most comfortable with. I like keeping it really basic. I I obviously teach karate all the time. I own a Duvers martial arts school, so I end up breaking down a lot of the basics quite often. So it's something that I actually enjoy doing and kind of showing others how I would throw my reverse punch, for example, or how I would move, how I like to fake and set up that punch. So I keep it really, really basic, but usually just try to give someone one or two things that's a little bit different than the way they might be used to doing it.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's easier or not, depending on like how many people did you have from one of your seminars?
Our first one had, I'd say, like 14 on the Thursday. Our first
Okay.
one on Friday was really big. We had 20 something. I want to say like 22, 24.
Okay,
Right.
so it's an average size karate class at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes it's hard because like you're teaching a karate class that's all high level. It's everyone's supposed to be high level, and nobody. And that's I'm telling you where I found this to be challenging because everybody's really good at what they do, but nobody knows how you talk. Right? Like sometimes it's harder for me because I'm not going to be anything other than what I sound like right now. And sometimes for the first time that I'm talking to somebody, they lean in and go, "What? What'd you say?" Right? So that's hard when they're supposed to get that from me all the time. Now, if you've grown up taking lessons with me, or you've kind of gotten used to what I'm doing after a while, you pick up on it like it's that. Did you run into any like communication barriers at all?
I think it was basic enough where it wasn't too difficult. There was a few kids that were like really young and obviously new to it, so they didn't even really know what a reverse punch was. There was like
So you had wide ranges.
So we did have a wide range, but I think that's what makes those seminars super cool.
You're right.
Is that it's that's why I like to keep it basic, so I don't have to explain something super crazy. But I think it's really cool that we can kind of all come together and just share like two or three things that are super like specific to that fighter, and just kind of break it down the way that they like to do it, and hopefully get it across to everyone that's there.
And it was a great time. It sounds like.
It was an awesome time. Yeah, it's always fun doing it with Ben.
Yeah, Nico, I even had in some semester I had some guys who've never done forms before. They were just fighters, and their instructors know me and said, "Hey, you need to at least do, you need to try something different, branch out, go to Jeff's seminar, or whatever." And so that was kind of cool. And be like, "All right, I know you've never done a knife hand before. I'm going to teach you, like things
Yeah,
like that. But the way I teach kicking transfers over to fighting. I mean, and the way I teach is very
Oh yeah.
based on application and everything. So it was really cool. So that was a cool thing to see. Certain people and some that have never done Korean forms before did it. So that was cool to see just that. So yeah, I love them. I love the seminars. I love the whole concept, the whole setup, and I think it definitely helps their event grow as well.
But
yeah,
that's also a testament to you, Jeff, because you're not just one type of competitor.
Right.
So when you get someone who comes in and is only really familiar with one side, you know how to speak multiple martial arts languages.
Right.
So yeah, so that's
That works.
a tip
Yeah.
of the cap to you.
All right, so Nico, let's talk. What was the first one? Open weight was the first. Yeah, it was first division of the night, right? For you.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Setting
what was
the
your mindset
tone.
into it? How'd you? Yeah. How'd you feel? And then explain just the win on Saturday night.
Yeah, I felt good going into it. I'd say I'm always fairly confident. I know I'm always training and working hard. It's like kind of just become part of my life now, especially just teaching it all the time. So even when I don't have like a training day, I'm still doing karate the whole day. But yeah, I was just going out there having fun. It's nice always having like my students, like they're watching me and supporting me, and it kind of gives me a little bit of an extra fire too. So yeah, I was just out there having fun and doing my thing. It was a good time.
So, and who did you face in the semifinals?
Uh, Jason, from G3 there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got what you're saying. Yeah, Jason. All right. And then from who
So
did?
yeah, I want to hear about that too. Like, go into your matches. You don't have to go into it, exchange by exchange. But tell us who your matchups were. How did that go? What were you thinking, feeling? So your first matchup
What was the
was
toughest one? Yeah.
Yeah, my first matchup was Alex Birmingham from Newfoundland. Uh, Great guy. I think it's our first time fighting. I've never fought him in a tournament. And then I fought my teammate Patrick Gord from Ottawa, and then Jason, who I've never fought. So it was cool. I fought Colin, who I fought in the finals. I fought him at Worlds this year and at the end of October there.
Colin.
Uh,
Colin who?
Bastuba from Michigan, Duvers,
Got
Michigan.
got it.
Yeah,
He's from one of the Gorham students.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. So awesome, man. Awesome. And then the team fighting from there, like you guys had what Michael and I'm losing a blank right now. Who fought your third?
Colin was our third.
Colin was your third. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Colin was your third. Okay. So awesome. And Avery was there coaching, right?
Yeah, Avery was there coaching. He came through. I didn't even know he was going. It was nice to see.
Yeah, I was like, I was standing next to someone, and for like a while I didn't even know, and I look, oh, it's Avery. What the heck? It was just so funny.
Why
kinda
why didn't why didn't he fight with you guys?
He just wasn't feeling like fighting. He said, just I guess one of those times. He's a busy guy.
Yeah, he's a busy
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. It happens. Yeah,
It's interesting.
That's good.
Like, his shoulders just get bigger and bigger as like.
he's
Do they?
Batman.
You see him all the time. Didn't you just look at him and like, did your shoulders just grow another inch?
Yeah. No, he's got big arms. Yeah.
Oh man. So teams, what was the final for teams? Who did you guys face for that?
Uh,
I went away.
which
I
one
was
was
there.
the finals?
I was there too long.
I think the finals was the NMAC and
Was it
Ryan. So it was two fighters from Mexico and Ryan.
oh, okay.
Ryan Bennett, yeah.
Yeah. So That was awesome. And I know that. So what happened what was some of the things you learned on Saturday as far as in your divisional rounds?
Well, I didn't do
Oh, you
my
okay? You didn't
divisions.
fight individual. Okay,
No,
all
I
right.
didn't do. I didn't do. Yeah, I just did the open weight on Saturday night.
Okay, all right. I
Yeah,
was trying to figure that out. Okay, so that makes sense.
Man was staying focused.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, it
I
was
like
nice.
I like it. And so Bailey ended up winning the. He showed up Saturday,
Yeah,
and he ended up winning the overall lightweight grands. And then, oh man, I can't think of his name. Billy just mentioned him. He's from LeClaire's that just won. He
Alex.
yes, Alex. He won over Ryan for the
Yeah,
heavyweight. So was was a good showing for everyone. I think it's cool to see just people from different places. The women's divisions were really packed.
yeah.
The open weight, a lot of great people and a lot of great fighters there. I believe Katarina won both, right? Open weight and the overall.
I think her and Savannah both won one.
Okay, all right, all right.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure which one won.
One of them
Which
won one. One of them won the other.
I think so. I just don't remember which one.
Yeah, I don't remember which one
Yeah,
either. And then they won the teams that night in the finals. So was really cool. They did a 4-person tournament. So the one of the cool things was the young lady from Scotland who was there, right? And man, she's like this tall, and she had like just blitzing her great angles and just killing it, right? And apparently she was fighting at WKC Worlds this year, right?
yeah.
And then she came and fought with the Mexico Elite team in the finals. And then I believe she made it to the finals of the women's overall.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I've definitely I've seen her before at the WKC, so that was cool to see someone
Amy
from out there make it to Toronto.
So Amy Golder is her name. So
Yeah,
this is someone who's exciting to watch, man. And she turned a lot of heads. So that's someone to look forward to. And yeah, and she's good. She's really good.
yeah,
So congrats. Katarina won open weights, and so I believe Savannah won the overall. So congrats to them. And you know what though, this whole team thing, the way they set up, you look at like the Canadian women, all right, like you have Karina, you have Savannah, and you have Katarina. I mean, I don't know. I would put that team up against almost anybody. You know what I mean? Like that, those of a 3-women team, like as far as a country, like you got to say they're either 1 or 2. I mean, it's really crazy, right?
yeah,
Uh, and then time out. Even if we wanted to put Kyla in there, right? Kayla in there, right? Heck, you can bring
I suppose she
you could
just
still bring in
skipped that whole country in the middle from where she's from.
you could still bring in Claire, and that's you have a
No,
5-person team that's going to
that's
be
not
freaking
fair.
crazy. How's that not fair?
Because she's a legend.
Yeah, but she fought last year or a
I
year
know,
and a
but
half.
we've already talked about this. There's just certain people that's like, all right, we can't. If we're gonna make fantasy matchups, like you got to leave them
Right.
out because that's
No,
unfair.
here's the deal. What I'm saying is, as far as consistency wise, the Canadian female fighters are probably the most consistent right now on NASCA, winning.
Yeah,
team-
I won't disagree with that.
Yeah, I mean, because even if you say the other ones that have won overalls this year, okay, there's Katana.
There's
all right?
Katana.
There's Yamina. She's from Mexico. She's not from America, right? Who else? What other females?
So what
Savannah's-
you're saying is
Oh, I mean,
Katana's holding it down for the
right?
entire
The,
country.
the USA, right?
and
So
there's also Maeve who's going to be coming back next
there
year.
we go. There's Maeve as well. That's another one. See, that's crazy. Maeve is exciting. So yeah, I mean, that's crazy, right? So I feel like
So-
that's one you can put up against like the Italy team, right? The Italians,
Possibly.
yeah,
What about this?
or the Hungarians.
What if next year they do a Canada versus the world? Why not? Why not?
Whatever.
Why not do like a hey, we're gonna get a 5-woman team, all Canadians, and then you guys pick whoever you want. Right, Katana and the rest. That's not a bad that I'd like to see that. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, and so the new Paola is from Venezuela. I know she lives in the States right now, but yeah. So I mean, it's crazy right now. I mean, I think that would be great. I'm just saying, like, right, just those three alone, and then you put Maeve in there, then you put Kayla in there. It's crazy, right? So, and I'm sure there's some even that fight in WKC or Waco that we don't even know about, right?
Yeah,
They're
for sure.
killing it. So,
100%.
all right, who's your favorite? While we're on this women's fight, who's your favorite women's fighter of all time, and then that you like watching right now?
Well, right now I gotta say my two teammates, like no bias, but
Yeah,
Maeve and Powell are both incredible.
yeah.
I actually like really enjoy watching them fight. Uh, all time, uh, it's hard to say. I mean, I really liked the way Elise fought from the All Stars there. She was
Elise
awesome. She was
Guerrero.
yeah,
Yeah.
she was an original Duvra student who went over to Hamilton. She trains with Mr. Nash now, but she was always fun to watch as well.
And I believe, to me, she was the first that kind of we saw that style that Katarina and Savannah do now, right?
Yeah, with that chamber.
Yeah, with that chamber
It's not just the
and
chamber, it's the pace of
the
fight.
pace, the fighting.
It's because like you could, and I'm not saying this, you would never fight like that, right, Nico?
I couldn't fight like that. I like punching people.
It's not even take the kicking ability. Let's say you had that kicking ability.
Yeah.
You still couldn't do it. Not
No.
like a couldn't, like you don't have the ability, like you wouldn't be able to allow yourself to do that. It's such a different pace of fight,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's hard,
definitely,
man.
definitely.
And I feel like some of the best that have done that are Canadian. Like even the guys, like look at Tom Roberts.
Yeah.
Like what? Like if someone didn't know Tom Roberts and they just watched the first like 10 seconds of him fighting, they'd be like, oh, this guy's a joke. He's gonna get whooped. And then you were like, oh, never mind. You're actually really good. And I have no idea what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah,
Because it doesn't make sense. For
No.
what you would teach, for what most of us would teach, it goes against most of the things that we talk about, right?
Yeah.
Well, how are you gonna argue with success, right?
yeah, definitely.
All right, so you're saying Elise Guerrero. Is she like probably your favorite?
I'd say so. Yeah. Got
That's
the
a
show
good
her a
one.
bunch too. So
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, so Nico, who inspired you to do this thing, man? So we talked about the females. Let's talk about the males, and you could talk about the guys that you came up with in Duvers.
sorry, like who like my favorite male fighters
Yeah,
or like
let's go. Yeah, just overall. Let's talk about your favorite male fighters, and then go from there, talking about the guys that push you in the dojo, right?
Yeah, for sure. Well, growing up I feel like everyone liked to watch Raymond, but I couldn't really mimic my game off him because I can't do that stuff. So
Right.
I feel like at a young age I was at least a little bit realistic where it came to like my athleticism. So I like to watch guys that kind of had a more similar build to me, or at least the same type of athleticism, or that like to fight super basic. So like I got to talk to Ross this weekend. Even just it was just reverse punch, back fist, and side kick, and those are my three favorite techniques. So a lot of my stuff I liked watching him. I liked watching Jack. I know Jack was very athletic, but he still kept it really basic as well.
Yeah.
And now even just getting closer to Avery and seeing the way he fights, it's pretty much the same thing. Keeps it basic. He doesn't have to do anything crazy. He'll destroy someone with a jump spin back kick every once in a while, but other than that, it's that back fist and side kick. So I like not overthinking it too much because I know I'm not someone that's gonna whip out a tornado kick every single fight. So those are the kind of the guys that I've watched. Obviously, being around Rob was amazing for me. Like helping me with that transition from juniors to adult and just having someone that I always like looked up to, like becoming one of my best friends and like training with him all the time. So he's someone that definitely pushed me coming up to it. And even now, if I ever need someone to talk to, or even ask someone where in my game I could work on, and even just to like give me a talk and get me ready for a tournament, Rob's always my guy for that too.
Awesome. I
Yeah.
love
There's
it.
not going to be another fighter like him.
No,
Right.
that's for sure.
No, he creates a lot of problems for a lot of people that just are not going to have answers.
Yeah.
Pretty much, man. Pretty much. Oh man. So Nico, what were some of the big things that you saw as a spectator or even as a coach that stood out? I know that we have, there was a lot of great juniors there. I know that Malachi Randall won the overall for the 12-13. I don't know too much of the other ones, but I know there was a lot of great junior fight. I know that Sandrine Audi from Revolution won her overall. So there was so many great fighting going on this weekend. What's something that maybe stood out for you, or a fight that you enjoyed watching?
Yeah. No, the third, what was it? It was 14-15. That
Yeah.
boys division, I had one of my students in there. It was incredible. That division was amazing. Chris. But
Chris is calling you out, saying you are athletic,
no,
but
no,
on a
no.
scooter. What the heck does that
I
mean?
don't even, we were riding around on a scooter one night. But yeah, I think the competition is definitely like it's getting better every single year for sure. Like I said, the 14-15 division, the boys division was incredible. The 11-12 was or was that 12-13?
12-13. Yeah.
Yeah, was awesome. So I think the like not just the juniors but even the adults. I think like there was even more men this division, this tournament. And I know in the open weight division there was, I want to say like 20, 26 or something like that. So I feel like that's more than there's been in the past. So I
Yeah.
think I think it's growing. So it's nice to see because it's close. So
Right.
it's fun. I
Right.
go every single year, so it's always nice to have a NASCA tournament that is that close that I can get some good competition and
Yeah.
go in there and have some fun.
How close
Well,
is it for you? What's the drive like?
4 hours.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
well, let's look at that. So you're familiar with this tournament, and now you've had some championship success at this tournament, and uh, maybe is it a little? Does it feel different fighting in Canada than it does in the States? Does it feel like is it more comfortable, or is it just 6-1, half dozen the other?
Yeah. I feel like it's I'm a lot more comfortable fighting in Canada, to be honest. And I think it's just because there's more support.
Yeah.
I feel like when I'm in the US, I'm in like it's just my Canadians and then my like my team that's there with me.
Right.
But when I'm in when I'm in Canada, there's always people coming up to me and supporting me and watching my fights. And I even have like I said, I have my students there watching. And a lot of these NASCA tournaments, we don't have a big crew of Duver students that go, so I'm
Right.
pretty much there alone with my team. So
Yeah.
I definitely feel like it's different when I'm competing in Canada.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
there's been some fighters that were just at one point pretty talented Canadian fighters that had some success in Canada, and they were able to translate that into other areas. But you gain some momentum, but don't stop. Like how about Jason Grenier? Jason Grenier was a beast. If you got him in Canada, like he was like almost unbeatable,
yeah,
right? And then he wasn't the same when he would be in the States. And then all of a sudden he just did it enough to where it was like, never mind, this guy just wins all the time now.
Right.
Do you see that this could be a possible thing? Or are you like, listen, world,
yeah.
watch out.
No, no,
Come
100%.
January, you all are losing.
Yeah, yeah. That's always the mindset. I still feel like I'm getting like more comfortable with NASCA and like doing those events. So it's one like it's definitely a goal of mine is to be able to win one of those overalls and the open weights in the US. So yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I'm gonna be at AKAs. I'm gonna be at I'm not sure which other ones, but I'm definitely booked for AKA, and I'm just looking forward to doing it. So hopefully we can carry that momentum over to Chicago.
Michael Paliti is saying Trevor Nash like that. No, I'm gonna push back like that.
No,
Trevor
Nash is
Nash, no, he is like the beast. All right,
yeah.
Trevor Nash treated every single city he went in like he hated that city. Right,
Yeah.
and then they ended up loving him. Right,
Yeah.
like for a while, Jeff, didn't he just like it was like Minnesota loved him? Like he could like
Yeah.
that was like the Diamonds was his tournament, right?
Yeah.
It's Canadian. I suppose
Oh,
Minnesota's the next best thing.
I guess so. I don't know, man,
Yeah.
but they loved him there for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, at least the people who weren't getting beat up by him loved him. But yeah. So, Nico, what's next for you this upcoming year, 2025? Some goals you got?
Some goals to get an overall in one of the NASCA events in the US for sure. I mean, I don't know.
What's your weight class?
180s.
180s. Okay, so you're in
Yeah.
the middle. So that's a talented division.
Yeah, there's always good fighters in the 180, and they usually bounce around between 170 and 190. They're
Yep.
constantly like kind of switching up. I like to stay in the 180s for the most part, but yeah, there's always great fighters in.
So who are some of the guys in the 180s right now that you're like, all right, yeah, I know I'll probably see you. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to have some matches. Throw some at us.
Yeah, well, I know I fought Kevin a bunch, Kevin Walker. I fought
Yeah, you guys always fight.
um Devin there at the last one in Diamonds. I ended up fighting Brandon. Fought Brandon a few times, Brandon Bayou. So Alex Mancias. These are some of the guys that kind of have
Yeah.
come through there. So those are the top guys over there that I gotta get through.
How do you
Nice.
feel about them?
I feel good. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone's beatable.
Wait, Nico.
Yeah,
No, nobody's ever gonna say, yeah, I really don't feel that great. Of course you're gonna say that. I want to
yeah,
hear a little more. Like,
yeah.
do you feel like because I don't know personally, like what your record is against them, and I don't need to know, but like what is do you feel like you got a pretty good game plan towards that division? Like where are you feeling like your head's at with that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always confident going into my fights. I know I work hard, and I know that it's if I lose a fight, it was me that lost it. Like I know I have the ability to win every single fight. I know if I stay composed and I actually just stick to my game plan, then I can win every fight. So it's rather just a matter of if I do that. If I go away from the game plan and I make too many mistakes, I usually don't win the fight, right? But I know that I have the ability to win every single fight that I have. So that's kind of my mindset going into it, and just minimizing those mistakes and staying focused for the 2-minute round.
So what are you thinking as far as this year with team fighting with you guys? Like, are you excited, to have everybody, you guys have a lot of up and comers. Some guys are kind of there point fighting sometimes. Some are doing MMA right now. There's a lot
Yeah.
of here a lot of changes. But
Talk about that.
are you excited about this next year?
Yeah. No, I'm always looking forward to teams fighting with my guys. So it's usually everyone's like favorite event. I mean, I love doing the individual stuff, but working with the team's always fun. So I always look forward to the team fights with the guys.
Yeah, and so there may be some newer ones as well. Or actually, you guys already just picked up a couple new people that were at Diamonds, right?
Yeah, yeah. So Sam and Paola.
Yeah, Sam Paola. I know Michael is, he's got a lot with work and things too, but hopefully he'll be at some more this year.
Yeah,
And let's see who else is over there.
Hunter will be coming as well.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Is Hunter going to be coming back? All right, I know
Yeah.
he just got his school going and everything. So we got Hunter.
That kid's got some talent too.
Yeah, he's a great fighter.
Definitely. And then, we'll see Avery every now and then when he was ready to show up, right?
Exactly. Yeah, Batman.
Yeah, Batman.
Do you guys ever get to like do training together? When I say you guys, I mean Avery.
Yeah. I haven't, but it's something that we've talked about. We haven't done it just yet, but that's something that I'm sure we'll be doing very, very soon.
Denny's and Nick. Oh my.
Oh,
Yeah.
how you doing? Mike. Oh, it's funny. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's I've got to train with Hunter and Michael a bunch, but that's Michael's 2 hours from me. Hunter's like a little over 4, so it's not too difficult to get some training weekends with them, but it's been a little more difficult to meet up with Avery. But that's something that we definitely plan to do soon.
Wait a minute. He's 4 hours away, and you're like, well, it's not that hard to meet up. That seems like that's hard.
Well, I'm always like in that area though, like the Toronto, London area for tournaments and stuff. So we always end up like getting to see each other and train after. I don't go to Michigan a lot.
Yeah, because there was a lot of people that I know Bailey had a seminar yesterday at a school out there. I know that there were some people training at a couple other schools after the tournament, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So definitely a lot of people just doing big things, man. I loved it.
yeah,
It was a great weekend, man. All the talent that was there, past, present, future. The Pleiades did a great job. John and Mike, great job, and I loved the venue. And it was cool to see a lot of different things. Got to see John there, John Duvers there. Got to see Mike Bernardo walking around. For me, seeing someone who I hadn't seen since maybe 2002 was Pete Daypuck. And again, we go way back from the NBL days.
I
And
mentioned him a couple weeks ago.
yeah, so there's a lot of different a lot of different people that were there that I hadn't seen, getting to see Casey, and there's so many. So it was a lot of fun.
yeah.
Well, actually I got to see Casey's mom. That's always great because we go way back. So but
Yeah.
yeah, man. Nico, man, thank you so much, brother. And
You.
just proud of you for everything, man. A great weekend, and keep up the good work. Keep being keep going after your dreams, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You got big
Yes,
Christmas plans coming up? What does you and your family? What do you guys typically do?
Well, I think we're gonna stay here this year. My mom's from Connecticut, so we have family over there. So I think I don't know if we'll be there for Christmas, but we're probably gonna go there for the end of the year and go hang out for a few days. I haven't seen them in a while, so yeah.
Definitely.
So what is hanging around here? What does that typically mean? What does that look like?
Well, there's not much to do.
Come on, everybody's got a
in auto.
weird tradition.
No, I feel like just the regular toys under the, not toys, but gifts under the trees. Yeah, I'm kind of past toys.
You sure?
Maybe some
Might be a new remote control car under the tree.
some new gear. That would be good. It's always a good gift. Yeah,
That
but yeah,
you know what?
nothing
You're
much.
not wrong.
Just a big lunch probably with the family. We always come together and just eat way too much. So that's usually it.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But what about that though? Think about that. Like, what would be like? Because Jeff and I kind of we've done that in years past. We've joked like best and worst gifts to get a martial artist for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
But if someone were to be like, because people know us, but they don't really know, right? Unless you know, like you don't really know what we would want. And if you were to like whatever amount of money, like, but really, if you did get me a new pair of top 10 hand pads, that would be dope.
Yeah.
There's always
Right?
the first ones to go, right? So
what would it be? What would you if you were to put like 1, 2, and 3? Don't have to be like crazy expensive, but what would be those gifts that you were like, man, this would be dope?
A karate gift, right?
Oh yeah, it's got to only be
So
something that would be like from us, like things we would know.
I don't even. Yeah, probably just gloves, and gloves. Those are maybe feet pad too, because those ones always end up ripping
They go.
too.
They
So what's your
But the
foot pad
helmets
of
last
choice?
forever. Pardon?
What's your foot pad of choice?
I've worn them all. I have the top 10 ones now, but I like the light macho ones. Those ones are always
You're
cool.
not.
Of course.
Oh,
Yeah. He's one of us.
The light,
I was
the
gonna
light,
say not even a great kicker, and you still know that's
the
the
light
best.
nachos. Yeah, they hurt, and then sometimes they get sharp at the end. No,
Yeah, they do.
They're the best, though. They're the
They're the
best.
yeah, those
They're
are
the
cool.
best.
I'll tell you right now, if you know anybody who's a fighter who does anything and they kick a decent amount, you find a pair of Warrior foot pads, give them 2 pair, and watch their eyeballs roll into the back of their head.
Yeah,
They would do backflips for
that would
these
be a
things.
good gift.
Right? Just
Yeah.
just
They're
2
hard to
pairs
find now,
of
too.
Warrior foot
Yeah.
pads. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Because if you get one, you're like, oh, this is awesome. But if you get one, you're like, I can't even wear them.
Yeah, it's last you a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
can't
the only
wear
thing
these
that's
things.
bad, right?
What am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like
Two training
these are like
sessions.
show foot pads.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine if you had 2 pairs. Somebody gave you 2 pair.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, how cool would that be?
that would be a good one.
That's what's so crazy. It's like we talk about how great the gear is, and they don't last for anything, but they're still just so
It's
great.
still it. It's still
Yeah.
well, it's also because there isn't a great alternative
pad.
like that.
Right.
Top
right.
10 has a really good foam dip foot pad. They have one. I had a pair of those for a while. You just can't. It just you can't get them shipped here. It just
I like
costs way
the,
too
I like
much.
the P2s. I mean, they're the closest thing right now that's to that. So
Aren't they so bulky though?
I don't know if they're that bulky compared to.
I don't know.
I don't know. You know, the ones that are bulky is like the Pro Force ones. Those are really bulky.
That's what I'm thinking of. Never mind. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. But
What's the worst ones you ever had?
foot pads?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, dude, I know at the top of my head. I know exactly which ones.
Oh,
Those old school century ones. When you had the string that went from the into the toe, and
Yeah.
like the heel was exposed.
yeah.
Like you'd have had the foot pad on, and you could see the toes and the heel, but it was like the foot pad was just like hovering over your foot, but was bigger than your foot. It just looked ugly.
The worst ones I think were the ones that covered your feet, like those century ones they had a few years.
Oh, like those
They're one of the. I think
like
they're
suede.
Yeah, they were the original like sea gear or whatever, and they had like
yeah.
suede, they were on, like you had no grip. It was like, what are we doing here? And even the ugliest ones were the ring star foot pad. So not the regular padded ring star
originals.
shoe, but they were red and they looked like clown shoes. They were fat, but they had the bottom though were like wrestling shoes. So they combined a wrestling shoe with the top of a foot pad. They were ugly, but they weren't that bad. They were just the ugliest shoe ever.
What's the worst one you ever had, Nico? Worst foot pad you ever had?
I don't even know. I don't want to
You're too
call
nice.
any. I really don't. I'm probably one of the macho ones that I had for it's like the best and the worst at the same time because
Yeah, I know.
they're super light, but then at the same time they last 2 training sessions and they rip. But then you get the
Those-
tape on and they
That's
last a
probably
little.
the Dyna. The Dyna definitely does that. Dyna gear.
Yeah.
The Warrior was always good. All right, so Nico, you're doing is AKA your first tournament in 2025?
Yeah, that'll be the first one next year.
Okay. What are some other? Are you going to do any new events? I mean, I know you guys. You're always doing the WKC. WKC will be in Niagara Falls this year. Is there any other overseas type events you're going to try this year?
I'm not sure as of right now. I think I'm gonna stick to the NASCA and WKC. That would all depend. It's hard sometimes for me to get away with the school now, so
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
try my best to just stick to those ones this year. But you never know. If it's somewhere nice, maybe.
Do you, and this is a different question, but do you see yourself doing at any point in your life doing any other martial arts combat, like full contact, anything like that? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I thought about it, but
Ooh.
but me personally, I think I'm pretty. I not for competition at least. I feel like I would definitely want to work on like some kickboxing and striking rather than just reverse punches and back fists. But competition wise, I don't think so. Yeah.
What?
Sorry,
They scored?
Vikings just scored a touchdown.
There you go. Yeah, but competent. Like I don't think I'd ever go into the full contact fighting. I think I'd want to just stick with karate, especially with the school and stuff. I feel like that'd be hard to mix
Now,
it up.
wait a minute. You say that. However, Bobby Serrano just did an MMA fight. Bro was out there doing legit point fighting techniques.
Yeah,
Bro
He
did
did
a body punch, back fist, and then follow up punch.
yeah,
Like legit. Like if you to see like Tyreek Saint doing it, like it was he went and did the same dang thing.
yeah.
I'm like, I am not seeing what didn't he do like a slide side kick to the body too?
Well, he always
He was
does.
just out there. He was just like
Yeah.
shoulder faking everything.
Yeah.
Well, you know what the thing is too. This dude was also like a really high level like wrestler too. Like his wrestling's really good.
Oh yeah.
So like he skips sides and then takes someone down. It's crazy. Like he's just such a talented athlete, dude. That kid's crazy.
And that's where it's like he's got the cheat code because when you're in that arena and somebody does something like that to you, that is the first thing is let me get this dude on the ground. It's where you can't do that. maybe you should have thought of something else.
Right, because he stuffs the takedown almost every time. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see that, and I was glad to see him back. He hasn't fought in over a year, and since he left Bellator, and so hopefully this gets him in the right spot to get to the UFC soon. So
there you go, Nico. See, he's giving you the blueprint.
There you go. Yeah. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Oh man. Well, thanks, bro, and we will see you at AKA, man. Keep up the good work. Keep doing what you're doing.
You. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll see you guys there.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
See you, bud. All right, man. That was a great show with two great, talented martial artists. There's a couple things I want to talk about before we finish up. So we talked about challenge, the women's fighting. There was a lot of great junior winners this weekend, and again, I can't even say all of their names. Maybe Mike can. I want to, again, a big shout out to Mike Politi. But dude, it was really cool. Just the talent in the junior fighting, the talent in the junior forms. A lot of great, junior, really just all of it won their first grands to get in the finals, at this tournament. So it's great to see people get that experience, right? Get to push through. There were, and again, it wasn't that, just the top people weren't there. Well, one of the top people in the world was there and didn't get in the finals at all, right? So that's
the hard. It's like the double edge. Like It's like, hey, the top competitors weren't there. Yeah, but there's also a lot of people who are here that aren't typically at other ones that, like we just talked about, like they're just different when you compete against them in Canada. Like they're just a little different. So
yeah, so I mean, it was really cool to see. There's so many, and again, I don't have all their names, but just a lot of great competitors there. The other thing I always got to give a shout out to tournaments that put a shine to the seniors. So I was really appreciate that because I was able, myself and Ashley Bartlett would be able to compete on stage for the Battle of the Champions. So we did that. I won that one. And then Brian Fung and another lady from NMAC, Mike, if you can say her name, competed for the 50+ one. So again, we want to thank Andrew Cabalon for sponsoring that. And it was cool to hear Andrew on the DJ.
How was that, by the way?
Oh, dude, he always has a great time.
He's a good DJ. I've checked out a fair amount of his mixes. He's really good.
Yes, it was great that both the 30 up and the 50 up were on stage. A lot of fun. Great job again, Ashley. And again, both of us won both of our 30+ grand. So it was a big weekend for both of us. Yes. So yeah, I know my mom's just, I think her only problem was just the watching the live stream was difficult. Right. And so I don't know. I know talking to Alex, I think some of it had to do with just connection, some different things. So hopefully, we can make that a little bit better. I think that is something that we got to figure out on doing the live stream. I know that, the main thing that helps Alex a lot with his page is just the videos right now. individual ones that go out and they get a lot of views, and that's great for our sport. Hopefully we can get the same quality for the live stream. I think when it's done in certain ways, it's really exciting. Like at AKA, the live stream is going to be great, right? It's going to be good there. It's going to be good at the battle. Usually Diamonds is pretty good. What's the other one? I mean, those are the main ones.
Anyone where they let Emily Cooper just do what she wants.
Right. And Hunter usually is big in that. So
I
yeah.
should say sportmartialarts.com. Anything where they let sportmartialarts.com. All right. Just run it.
So again,
Usually goes pretty well.
I know for me, Mike and them, man, the venue, like being able to have a great seat anywhere was awesome. And like he had a great thing of having like high level people be able to judge, like Reed Presley, myself, Casey Marks, Nash, Justin Ortiz judging, Juliana judging, Ross Levine judging, like it was just great. So, yeah, I know that, this, the copyright thing with the music and stuff, that's always makes it hard. So, and I'm sure I'm missing some things. I know our team enjoyed it. We had a great time. And I want to give a shout out to Philip Brumet. He did an amazing performance, won both of his grands there. I want to give another shout out to Diego for winning another traditional forms grand championship. Was awesome to see. Great also to see Alec Jahanbash back winning his grand. And then congrats to Caitlin Vaughn and congrats to Rose Rayum, who won both of her grands as well. So was exciting to see, man. I mean, lots of great stuff there. What's up, little buddy? What's up, dude?
Adrian, you want to say hi to Jeff?
Nope.
Hey, Adrian. What's up, man? How you doing?
He's got his Justin Jefferson jersey on. He is supposed to be in bed. You're supposed to be in bed right now, aren't you?
How is Justin Jefferson doing right now? I'm trying to win this fantasy tournament for the 4th year in a row. Do you know?
What? No.
Oh, yeah.
He's over here. My mom got the
15.
boys.
Not bad.
My mom got the boys these Justin Jefferson jerseys on, and then now they cannot stop watching the game. They want to know everything. Dad, is that my guy? Is that my guy? It's my guy, Dad. Look what he did. All right, cool. Whatever does it for you.
Right.
Bikes.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. All right. So, guys, any big plans? Let us know about what's going on this time of year. We are done with our NASCAR season, and we are getting ready for, what's next. Trying to get to where your name is not covering his face. But,
I can put him on my lap. Hang on.
Yeah, there we go.
Come here.
There we go. What's up, dude?
Is that better, Adrian?
Nope.
Nope. Is that the new word for today?
You like your shirt?
Nope.
Now he's just doing it on purpose.
Wait, here's something I got today. All right, and one of my students has given me karate gingerbread men since he was like 8 years old. Now he's like 17-year-old.
You like the cookie?
Or 18-year-old that works for me, and he still makes them for me. Do you like that?
Yes.
There we got a yes. There we got a yes. Good.
Can you say hi, Jeff?
Hi, Jeps.
Jeff's. What is it with everyone?
That was better.
That's better than your daughter. She said Jess.
The opening of the show, which she was younger than Adrian.
Yeah.
When she did the opening of the show, yeah, guys, the opening of the show is my daughter, is my oldest. When she was younger than Adrian, and this was in the Skype days. This was like in the first probably 10 episodes. She just did this thing right now where she's coming down. Yeah. Oh, that was pretty cool.
That was cool. That was cool, man. All right. So next week we got a big show to finish up right before Christmas. And then we'll have probably one more before the new year too, because this year works out well with Mondays being when they are. And it's not New Year's or Christmas Eve. So
Who knows?
So-
we might do an end of the year one. We don't know yet.
yeah, we're working on that as well. And
Yep.
again, guys, if you don't know, we will be doing everyone. The whole main game will be at AKA Warrior Cup, and then also we're going to be letting you guys know about just our rank. You know, I put a post out, and a lot of people had questions about our rankings and how they're done, and we'll talk more about that next week as well. All right, maybe we'll bring on the Travis as well to talk about that. So, all right, man. Anything else we got to talk about?
This is great, man. We're gonna. Oh no, next week we do the gift exchange. Are mine already there? Did they already get to you?
No,
It didn't get to you yet.
I'm gonna have to get mine sent tonight. Well, tomorrow, I guess.
Well, it went to your PO box,
Okay.
whatever
Well,
that PO box is. So maybe you didn't look at it yet. Maybe you didn't just.
I
go
went
get it.
today. It wasn't there, so maybe
Ooh,
tomorrow.
better be. It's so good. I won. 100%. I won.
I know you won, so I'm gonna give you my Canada hat from the tournament that I got. You know, that's what I'm gonna send you. Just
I
kidding.
mean, you know,
You know
Lindsay's uncle does this every. He did it so long that now he just does it on purpose.
Yeah.
And what he would do is he would like forget, like, oh man, I forgot. I got to get all the nieces and nephews like gifts. So he would stop at the gas station on the way and then just grab whatever was in the gas station. Like,
Yeah.
here, a Harley Davidson t-shirt. That's a double extra large. Here you go, 6-year-old.
You probably
it
got like all those Camel and Marlboro shirts.
So it just became a thing that now he doesn't try. Like he actively does something where it's like, all right, you're not actually going to wear this,
right.
but you know that I'm going to do this. They did something like he gives like a gift card or something like that. It's pretty nice. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's his thing.
Yeah.
I don't want that thing.
Right. No,
Don't do that thing.
You guys don't know. Alex is wearing my Christmas gift to him.
I am.
Here.
This jacket is dope.
Jacket. Yeah.
Do you like
what
that
online-
jacket? Do you like my jacket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say yeah.
Yeah. What I always did was my thing was wrapping a gift so bad because I was known as the worst person to wrap presents. So I would I don't know, it would kind of be my thing, like how badly can I wrap this one
Now
gift
it's so easy though.
for my
Now
brother?
it's- But now you can buy like boxes that are like already, it looks like it's wrapping. You just put the thing in a box and put some tape on it.
Right. I know. But see, like Shelly and the kids, they're a complete opposite. They like to make it like super.
Oh, I'm
like,
good. I'm good at
and
wrapping.
I'm the complete opposite. I'm like, yo,
Yours is not going to be wrapped.
yeah, I know.
What do you mean no?
Well, I mean, it's coming from the
It ain't.
PO box. So I mean, I don't expect it. To
Oh
be
yeah.
Yeah.
But
see, I'm making faces
Yeah.
back, Adrian. See, my mom even said I'm the worst rapper. But you know what?
I have some insider help for yours.
I was also the one that had to wrap everything for my mom because my dad wouldn't do it and my brother wouldn't do it. So I had to do it. So you know what? They had to deal with that, you know. So there he goes.
All right. Well, I'm excited about it.
It's going to be a fun time. Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope everyone's working hard, training hard. And again, thank you to everyone that was this weekend at the tournament. It was a lot of fun. Keep up the good work.
Hey, can you say this is another episode of Inside Scoop?
Scoops.
Say this is another episode. Say of Inside Scoop.
Scoop.
Say with Alex and Jeff.
Axel Jobs.
Thanks, Jumps.
Ah,
All right. See you guys.
there you go. That's it. No following.